What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Right, today we got a single coil mouth-to-lung RTA, 22mm this one, and it's very short as well, and it's from the Wake Mod Co, and it's a dual collaboration with Bruce Pro Innovations. And here it is. I purchased it from eSig1 in the UK for the purpose of this review, and I have the black version which does have a lot of gold in it as well, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So let's get down to the table, have a good look around this RTA. We're going to throw a little build in it today, of course, and then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, see you down low in a bit. Right, so here's the packaging then. So we've got Littlefoot MTL. Nice bit of design work. I think it looks really pretty, this one. Nice cylindrical tube. So we've got a nice gold ring around the top. BPI times Wake MTL, black. Does come in a blue, green and a gold version, I do believe. So there's Wake Mod Co at the top there. This is a collaboration with Bruce Pro Innovations as well, and you can just see that around the bottom there. So it just gives you a couple of warnings there, and you've got a nice little gold ring there too. So just twist it open and it's presented like this. So we do get a spare 2ml glass section. Let's put it the right way up. There's your tank, and we do get a little baggie. Now, there was nothing under the felt pad when I had a look, so we got no manual or anything like that. So inside of here, we got selection of O-rings. We got a little blue flathead screwdriver. I haven't seen one of those for a while. And we do get 2 spare post screws. Now, these are quite nice, beefy flathead screws as well. Right, here is the dinky little atomizer then. So we got 22mm in diameter by 33 in height, including this drip tip. And just have a quick look inside there. We have got a 4mm bore all the way through. A couple of O-rings on this particular one, and it is tiny, this drip tip. We put it up against a couple of my others. We've got the Siren 2 there and the K-Fun Prime. You just notice, look inside of there. We haven't got an O-ring, but if you plug like the K-Fun in, it doesn't quite go flush. Same thing happens with the Siren 2 as well. We've also got the Devore one. Nearly goes down, but not quite. So same situation going on. So this is the only one I've managed to plug in that actually goes down flush. So on the top, I've got a nice bit of design work going on. This is top fill, anodized aluminium. This black top cap is, and we do have a clear O-ring there to help make the seal. Lovely threads on there. Kidney shaped juice filling ports, lovely size to it. Got no problems when you're filling up this particular tank, which does hold 2ml of e-liquid. The bore of the chimney is 4mm too, and underneath we do have Wake Mod Co written there, Littlefoot MTL, the usual markings, gold plated peak in 510 pin with the peak insulator that does surround it. Now the airflow, it is adjustable. This ring does come off, and this is the size of the actual opening. Now I tried to get my calipers in, but it wouldn't quite work. So got me trusty old coily tool here. So we're going to try and have a look with this. But I do believe it's, I would say it's about 7mm using the coily tool. Right, there is a little, you notice on this cap here, you've got the lines. You want those lines on the bottom when you go to put it back on. And there is a like recess part on here. You're not going to be able to pick it up, but there's a little part that's recessed. So when you put it back on, you just spin it round, and then this little notch here, it finds its way basically. So just put it on however, and then spin it until it sort of locks in place. And there's a section between like there and there where it actually spins. So with this airflow then, right, so spin it round, right, that's 0.5mm. We then have 1.5, but that also does include the 0.5 one. And then to go on to the largest one, we've got 2mm, but you can't shut them off independently, and as you can see there, all 3 of those are exposed, but it is just on the one side. But you can partially shut them off as well. So you can just mess around to your heart's content, basically. Right, inside the chimney then, that's what it looks like. I've got a slight bit of it's more or less flat, but there is like the round edge on it as well. Let's take this glass off and have a better look at it. But that's all one piece. All this gold plated piece is all one piece, but we have got the O-ring that helps make the seal for the glass, and that just pops on like so. Right, so have a look at this deck then. I have taken off the airflow control ring as well because I want to just show you something with this. So we have got the nice beefy flathead screws which help trap the leads, and you just see there we've got the like perpendicular edges, so it does trap your leads in nicely with this one. And we have got the old BMX vert ramp style half pipe deck going on. We've got 4 airflow slots. They're 1mm each, these airflow slots, airflow holes I should say. So that airflow does just travel through the bottom, and then you can't really see it, but there is the post there, and it just makes its way through to these 4 airflow holes there. So we have got a GTA raised style deck. So the coil is obviously mounted horizontally here, and the cotton, you just cut it just below the deck is the way I've been doing it. Right, so with this deck you can either just put your coil in and then snip it on the edge here, or you can use the coily tool, which is what I've already done basically. And you want your coil on opposing ends. I've got a mount-along fuse Clapton here from the Rolling Fog modern coils, and we've got it at 4.5mm either side. So here is the actual coil, is the top of the packaging, there you go, 0.9 to 1.1 ohm if you leave it on this many wraps. But as we've got the posts on the opposing side, you need to like put it over much like this before you actually do it, and then you can use your coily tool, trim it to 4.5 on both legs. Right, first thing you need to do then is make sure you've undone your post screws so you can fit your leads in. Right, so here we are. So just get one of those legs under there, and it should just slot into place. Right, so make sure it's centralized. So I've got it in the actual transition there, so about 2mm above the bottom of the deck is where I'm going to do it today. So we can put it on a mod now. Right, so I've got my Muji pad, I've taken the top and bottom layers off, and I'm using just over half a centimetre, and we've got a 2.5mm in a diameter coil. So just roll one end up. Put it through whilst twisting. That should be okay. Right, you don't need the legs, so bit of a bow tie really. Don't want them too long. Just about where the edge of the deck is should be fine. Right, now I'm just going to juice this up first, just to get it a little bit damp, so it makes it a little bit easier to work its way into those filling ports. Right, that's about fine, so let's give it a couple of test pulses. There we go. Just double check your resistance, 0.99 still, So I'm happy with that. So take your top cap off, fill her up. As you can see, you don't need to be too cautious with it, just squeeze it on in, find the threads, and that's it. That's the Littlefoot mouth-to-lung RTA cooled and wicked up. So let's go back up top and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right, back up top with the Littlefoot MTL RTA by Wake Modco and Bruce Pro Innovations. Right, what do I think of this little fella then? Well, I've got it sitting on top of the RX80 by Wismec here, so it fits perfectly for a 22mm atomizer. Now this one is super short, it's only 22mm. Like I say, we got a really compact chamber. Let's go on to the fit and finish and everything then. Right, I actually think this is built really well, this one. We've got very good machining throughout, nice easy top cap, comes off very easy. We've got lovely buttery threads on it. We've got that anodized aluminium top cap. We got the 510 fitting drip tip. I did tell you down below that not all your 510 fitting ones are going to like sit in there perfectly. You might have a little gap in there, because this one really is a tiny little drip tip, and I found that it really does work best with this one. But it is rather small though when you put it in your mouth, so it does take a little bit of getting used to this one. Now I ordered a black one, and it does come in a black, red, I think it's blue and gold. Now, for me, I would have preferred it if this was like all black, or maybe black and stainless steel, because I'm not an avid fan of gold tanks, but of the four I just thought I'd get black, because at least it would match a black mod. But it would have been better if we had a black coloured drip tip on it, because I think it just looks a little bit non-matchy with that like clear sort of frosted one that we've got on there. But yes, I just thought it would have been nice if we just could have had a full stainless steel, the rest of it basically, or like I say, or if they just make it black, because other tanks they can make black, so why do we need to have gold on all four colours? So that's just a little niggle for me. But like I said, the threads are nice and smooth. The airflow control ring, you can adjust it on the mod, relatively easy. Any bottom airflow tank you have to adjust on the bottom is sometimes a little bit awkward, but we've got no real problems. You can spin it, but if you get a little bit of juice on it, there's no knurling around it, so it can be a little bit fiddly sometimes. But I usually just set it to my required preference, and throughout the day you don't really need to adjust it anyway. So we got the build deck on there. We got the vert ramp style build ramp with the 4 holes in it, which I thought was quite interesting for a mouth-to-lung tank, because they're situated so it should give like full airflow coverage to the core. So I was really impressed when I saw that in here. I haven't seen that in a mouth-to-lung tank before, but it is very well machined. We've got lovely beefy screws on there. It's super easy to build. You can just higher and lower your core to your preference, and yeah, I just think it's very well thought out, this one. I think they've done a really good job on the actual design and build quality and everything like that. I just wish it just wasn't all in gold for me. Right, let's have a little vape on it then, shall we? I've got a 1.09 ohm build in here, and we've got one of those airflow holes open. So here we go, 19.5 watts. Very smooth, that airflow. Very restrictive vape with just the one hole. Now this is my first con actually, because we got 3 airflow hole options, but as you open them up, you're getting not just a small hole, but you're getting the second biggest one as well. And if you put the biggest hole on, you're getting all 3. So for me personally, I wish you could have just increased the size independently instead of having to open them all up. Much like the Go tank, that was a similar thing that I'd found. But let's just open it up. You can like knock partial holes off as well, so you don't have to have 2 holes. You can have like 1.5 open, for example. But let's just put it on 2 holes open now. Obviously that's a little bit more open, the airflow, which suits my style of vaping. I like a loose mouth to lung, but the airflow is still very smooth. So let's put it on all of them open now, and I reckon I can just put that up to 20.5. Basically, with them all open, you're getting a very restricted direct to lung or a loose mouth to lung, depending on how you're vaping on it. But for me, it's just a little bit too much airflow, and the flavour like diminishes. So we'll put it back to 19.5, and I'll tell you what I think about the flavour, and we'll put it on the smallest setting. I think it's got very good flavour, this particular RTA. I do prefer it with like 1.5 of the holes open. Anyone who knows me on the channel, I like my restrictive direct to lungs or a loose mouth to lung. But I'm very pleased with the flavour on this one. I'd give it a good 8 out of 10 for flavour. Now, I'm not sure it's my favourite for flavour, mouth to lung wise, but it's definitely up there, and I have thoroughly been enjoying this particular one. We get no leaking from it. I just think it's built very well. The top airflow, top fill works very easy. You can fit it up without having to worry about air locks or anything, because we've got 2 nice size kidney ports on there. Had absolutely 0 leaking out of this one. I think it's built very well. I just wish it wasn't all in gold, but overall I would give this one a big thumbs up, because I've been getting on with it very muchly recently. So yeah, big thumbs up to Wake Modco and Bruce Pro Innovations for this one. So if you enjoyed the review, guys, please give it a little thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing too, and make sure you hit that little bell notification. You'll be notified of all my latest videos. Now, I've got my own website. It's mfvape.co.uk, and you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Now, I have been nominated for the Best Reviewer category over at the Vapor Round Awards. It'd be awesome if you could check that one out and maybe give me a crafty little vote. I'm up against some real heavyweights of the reviewer scene, but it'd be awesome to at least get some votes. So yeah, please check it out. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Okay, cheers.